Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
They run with a former Bengal. It's Samaje Perine. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34.
Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down.
That's into a crowd.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one, 49 yards.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 14.
Now Wilson on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
15.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, these two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. 2nd and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
43. Yellow.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
2nd and inches. At the 6-yard line. Yellow. 15.
Mahomes to throw once more. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right, it was a confident call.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Tremont Smith.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 45-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles
got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's a toss coming right. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up. and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
At the 50-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's Kelsey up, and he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And they had just picked.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll start with the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the Broncos' 38-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. He completes it to Jones. And that's good for a gain of 6. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. On 1st down, Mahomes. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
from back at their own 10-yard line. They start on the ground with P-Run. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd down and 8.
Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Up the middle, here's P-Ryan. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
44-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great...
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kadarius Toney
56 yards.
And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half.
And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if a quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a fourth down.
That's returnable now for Smith.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be first and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed.
Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Chiefs extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know, do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. Alert. 1st and 10 at the
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action now. Wilson under pressure. They got him again. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you had extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. On play action, it's Mahomes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 13 yards there at a Kansas City 1st down.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They're probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hand off here for P. Ryan.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Well. Tempo.
Wilson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. And they will take a knee here.
Fall down these two.